To stand in Palmyra is to feel the weight of centuries settle upon your shoulders. The air itself seems thick with memory, as if every grain of sand has witnessed the rise and fall of empires. There's a hush that falls over you, a sense of awe that is impossible to shake, as you realize you are walking in the footsteps of countless generations. The city rises from the Syrian desert, its golden columns reaching skyward, remnants of a civilization that once thrived here. These columns, bathed in sunlight, seem to glow with a quiet dignity, standing as silent witnesses to the grandeur and tragedy that have unfolded on this land. Palmyra is not just ruins, it's a living memory, echoing with the footsteps of traders, Roman soldiers, and Queen Zenobia herself. Imagine the bustling markets, the clatter of horses' hooves, the vibrant exchange of languages and ideas that once filled these streets. Every stone seems to hum with stories of ambition, conquest, and resilience. Even now, amidst scars of conflict, the city's spirit endures. The wounds are visible, broken columns, shattered archways, but there is a quiet defiance in the way the ruins remain, refusing to be erased by time or violence. The arches and friezes, though battered, still whisper stories of ambition and beauty. Their intricate carvings, weathered by centuries of wind and sun, invite you to look closer, to imagine the hands that shaped them and the dreams they once represented. Walking the great colonnade, you sense the presence of countless souls who shaped this crossroads of the ancient world. Each step echoes with the passage of time, and you can almost hear the distant voices of those who once called this place home. The ruins are a mosaic of civilizations, Roman, Persian, Arab, each leaving their mark. Palmyra was a meeting point, a melting pot where cultures blended, and its stones still bear the traces of that rich, layered history. Today, the silence is heavy, marked by loss, but also by resilience. The emptiness is profound, yet it is filled with the echoes of what once was, a reminder that even in stillness there is life and memory. The surviving pillars stand as defiant survivors, promising that beauty can endure even the worst storms. They reach upward, battered but unbroken, symbols of hope and the enduring power of human creativity. Palmyra's echo is one of profound loss and incredible endurance. The ruins speak not only of what has been lost, but also of the strength to rebuild, to remember, and to honor the past. Here, history is not just remembered, it is felt. To touch these stones is to connect with the dreams, struggles, and triumphs of those who came before us. The city commands reverence, a lesson in survival written in stone. Its scale and grandeur remind us of the heights humanity can reach, even in the harshest of environments. Palmyra endures, a testament to the enduring power of human spirit. In its ruins, we find not just the remnants of a city, but the unbroken thread of history, resilience, and hope that connects us all. Palmyra, the pearl of the desert, was a beacon of civilization for nearly 2 millennia. Its wealth and culture grew from its place on the Silk Road, where East met West. The city's architecture fused Greco-Roman and Persian styles, creating a unique Palmyrene identity. Temples like Bel and Balshamin were grand statements of faith and power, their columns and carvings testifying to prosperity. Life here was vibrant, homes adorned with mosaics, a Roman theater alive with art and community. Palmyra's people were merchants, artists, and scholars, speaking many tongues at the world's crossroads. Queen Zenobia, the legendary ruler, embodied the city's ambition and independence. Their stories are etched in stone, reminders that Palmyra was built by dreams as much as by empires. In our time, Palmyra's music was silenced by war. Once a crossroads of civilizations, the city's ancient stones echoed with the footsteps of traders, pilgrims, and poets. But as conflict swept across Syria, Palmyra's vibrant life faded into a haunting silence, its beauty overshadowed by violence and fear. Between 2015 and 2017, the city suffered a campaign of destruction by the self-proclaimed Islamic State. The world watched in disbelief as centuries of history were reduced to dust, and the city's spirit was tested like never before. Temples of Bel and Balshamin, the Arch of Triumph, and the Tetrapolon, monuments that had stood for millennia, were reduced to rubble. These were not just buildings, but symbols of human achievement and cultural memory, now lost to senseless violence. The violence targeted not just stones, but people, like Khalid al-Assad, the archaeologist who gave his life to protect Palmyra's secrets. His courage became a symbol of resistance, a reminder that heritage is defended not only by walls, but by those who cherish it. The Roman theater, once a place of celebration and art, became a stage for executions. The museum was looted, its halls emptied, and priceless artifacts vanished into the shadows of the black market, perhaps never to return. The notorious Tadmor prison, infamous for its history of suffering, was demolished, erasing another painful chapter from the city's long and turbulent story. Palmyra became a ghost, doubly wounded, its ancient past shattered, its people uprooted. Streets that once bustled with life now stand empty, and families who called Palmyra home were forced to flee, carrying only memories with them. The world watched in horror as memory itself was attacked. News of Palmyra's destruction rippled across continents, sparking outrage, sorrow, and a renewed call to protect our shared heritage. The scars of conflict are visible everywhere, but so is the will to remember. Amid the ruins, efforts to restore and preserve what remains have begun, and locals return to pay tribute to their lost city. Palmyra's wounds are deep, but its story is not over. As the sun rises over broken columns, hope endures. The city's legacy lives on in those who remember, rebuild, and refuse to let its spirit fade away. Palmyra's devastation is not just about ruins, it's about people. The stones may be silent, but the voices of those who lived among them still echo with longing and loss. For generations, these ruins have been more than ancient relics. They have been the backdrop to daily joys, struggles, and dreams. For locals, the ruins are woven into daily life and identity. Children once played hide and seek among the columns, while elders shared stories beneath the shade of ancient stones. The city's history was not just learned but lived, passed down in laughter, in rituals, and in the quiet moments of everyday life. Ahmed, a shopkeeper, recalls playing among the columns and hearing stories of Zenobia from his grandfather. He remembers the scent of spices in the market, the sound of footsteps on ancient stones, and the pride of belonging to a place so rich in history. The destruction felt like losing a part of his soul. It was as if the heart of the city had been torn away, leaving behind a silence that words could not fill. Fatima, once a scarf vendor by the Arch of Triumph, remembers the sunrise through the arch, a symbol of hope now lost. Each morning the golden light would spill over the stones, promising a new day and connecting her to generations before her. Its destruction took away her livelihood and a cherished ritual. The marketplace, once alive with voices and color, now stands empty, a reminder of what was lost and of the resilience needed to move forward. These stories echo through the Syrian diaspora, transforming ruins into a living landscape of memory. Even far from home, families gather to share photographs and tales, keeping Palmyra alive in their hearts. The pride in their voices is unmistakable. They speak of Palmyra as a wounded but living entity. Their connection to the city is unbroken, rooted in memory and hope for restoration. They are the true guardians of its memory, carrying its stories wherever they go. Each keepsake, each memory, is a thread in the tapestry of Palmyra's enduring spirit. Their pain reveals how deeply heritage shapes identity. The loss is not just physical, but emotional, a wound that lingers in every conversation and every remembrance. Their resilience is a reminder. As long as stories are told, Palmyra endures. Through shared memories and collective hope, the city's legacy is kept alive. The city's spirit lives on in its people. In every face, every story, and every act of remembrance, Palmyra finds new life. Palmyra's future depends on those who remember and hope. As long as its people cherish its memory, the city will never truly be lost. Amid destruction, a quiet battle is being fought to save Palmyra's soul. Syrian and international experts have created digital archives, virtual blueprints for future restoration. UNESCO and global archaeologists monitor the site, strategizing for a Syrian-led recovery. Local volunteers guard the ruins, protect the museum, and document damage, driven by love for their heritage. The challenges are immense: landmines, a brain drain of artisans, and ongoing instability. Rebuilding Palmyra means first rebuilding the community of craftspeople. Restoration must be guided by Syrians, reflecting their identity. The fight is a marathon, requiring patience, resources, and respect for both stones and people. These efforts are a testament to resilience and the desire to protect history. Palmyra's survival depends on those who refuse to let its story end. Syria's soul is pieced together in mosaics, tiny stones forming grand stories. Palmyra's mosaics once adorned floors and walls, each a narrative in color and stone. War shattered not just monuments but the tradition of mosaic making itself. The loss of this craft is the loss of a living history. Displacement has broken the chain of apprenticeship. Workshops and masters are scattered. Reviving mosaic art is vital to Syria's recovery, restoring identity, not just artifacts. New workshops train artists to create mosaics that tell stories of loss and hope. Oral storytelling, too, is being revived, connecting generations and preserving wisdom. Rebuilding these traditions is as crucial as restoring arches. Palmyra's memory lives in art, stories, and the hands that create them. Palmyra's ancient ruins cannot be saved without first saving the modern city of Tadmor. The two are inseparable. Restoration begins with rebuilding lives. Tadmor is devastated, most buildings destroyed, basic services scarce, and landmines still threaten daily life. Only a fraction of residents have returned, facing hardship and uncertainty. Humanitarian aid must come first. Demining, rebuilding homes, restoring water, electricity, schools, and clinics. Economic opportunities are essential for families to thrive. Only when people are secure can they restore their heritage. The return of Palmyra's people is the first step to healing. Heritage preservation is a matter of human dignity and community recovery. Healing the stones begins with healing the people. With the war's end and a new government, hope is returning to Syria. For Palmyra, this is a turning point. Authorities are committed to protecting heritage and recovering stolen artifacts. Local volunteers and displaced families dream of rebuilding, seeing Palmyra's restoration as a symbol for Syria's renewal. The task is monumental, but the opportunity is real. International support must empower Syrians, building local capacity and expertise. The renewal of Palmyra is about more than stone. It's about pride, identity, and a future for Syrian children. The first light of a new dawn is faint, but it promises a day when Palmyra's silence will be filled with life again. The city's revival is a declaration. Syria is rising from the ashes. Palmyra's story is Syrian, but its message is universal. The loss of its temples is a loss for all humanity. These sites are our shared heritage. They remind us of our creativity, faith, and ambition, and teach us about our common journey. The tragedy of Palmyra calls us to action, to protect irreplaceable places everywhere. This responsibility includes not just famous sites, but local museums, crafts, and oral histories. Supporting frontline communities and fighting artifact trafficking are essential. Heritage preservation is an investment in peace and understanding. By protecting these sites, we celebrate our shared humanity. Let Palmyra inspire us to care for the heritage around us, not as relics, but as living parts of our world. Let us promise to be better guardians, ensuring history's echoes inspire generations to come.